What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Gachiakuta, this time with episode 17. It was another really good episode last week. A lot of dialogue in the first half of the episode, but I really enjoyed the just kind of small talk and questions going on. Of course, we saw more of this fight, and looked like he died. But someone did let me know in the comment section a little detail that I didn't. Yeah, I won't spoil or anything just in case you guys don't remember either, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. A little bit of backstory here. We did just see someone there that I don't recognise. It's pretty cool artwork, isn't it? The Hell God. Where is this? Hi. Lots of these things about. So this is in where we are. Wait, is it? Like, what the hell? Place like proper old school Japan. So yeah, this is on the ground. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look like it, does it? It's quite the yeah, quite the place. There's a lot of people here. Okay, as I just said, I mean, I was not expecting there to be a place like this show. Especially considering the settings and such that we've got so far. It was all very minimal. Probably the biggest place was that place where we met that spray paint geezer. Anything wrong with him? Has he got any faults? What was that face? What was that face meant to say? Looking like Rudo. We got a new transfer student. Is that the person we saw in the little shot a second ago? Yeah, and she's probably going to overtake him, do you reckon? Looks a little intimidating, doesn't she? Yeah, so she's the real deal. Not hungry enough, maybe. That's the issue with these people, isn't it? Sometimes it's like you see. I think football is a good example of this. Soccer to American people or wherever you're from. You get a lot of people, for example, in England that are like brought up playing football their whole life, and like and their parents like take them all over the country to get trials and train and get better and such, and it's a lot of manufacturing. Whereas probably the best talents in the world are from like Brazil and such, and in Brazil you do learn early, but it's like such a different way of growing up, and I think they're a lot more hungry to succeed. They have a lot more desire in their play, and they also express themselves more. This is a kind of similar thing, and as I said, most of the player that got me into watching football was Ronaldinho, and those types of players are the ones I are like absolute favourites. And again, you see the hunger in their play and such. You see where they're like, where they grew up in their play. Whereas again, with the like, manufactured like English talents and such, they're all like a bit too polished, but not exceptional. If you know what I'm saying, they're like an imitation of that kind of thing. I don't know, probably wording that horribly, but hopefully you get my point there. He's never had to struggle. He's always been top. He's always been the best and whatever. But now he's in the face of someone that's really had to work to survive. And yeah, memories of a mediocrity. I think I spoke about this a few weeks ago. I literally just watched Memories of Murder the other week, and that was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love that movie. Actually, fucking. Where'd you get this girl from? I mean, the psychological aspect is really interesting for him as well, because again, how do you now deal going from the top to what probably feels like the bottom with the rest of these bottom feeders? Again, that's almost exactly what I was just saying a minute ago. Lots of excuses from these guys. And they've all got the same bloody, all got the same greys. Taken as well. Outwardly. Inwardly. I can't imagine he would have. I was going to say, unless he's delusional, which I don't think he is. Ouch. You're going to bite his bloody lip off. Like, it's holding up pretty well initially. Always be aware of your surroundings. Bam. But yeah, at a certain point there was just a turn, wasn't there? There was just... She just kept being super aggressive, was taken back by that. Okay. He's done alright though, to be fair. Yeah, that genuinely could be the case. Maybe he hasn't needed to put enough effort in so far, so he hasn't actually reached his max. He hasn't reached his potential. Because the people he's with can't make him reach his potential, but perhaps she can now. Perhaps she can lift his limiter. And she does speak. Okay. He's a pretty good little actor, isn't he? But what does that actually do for you? Get to rest your feet. That's about it. This guy's whole life is that golden chair. She's just absolutely disrespected it. And she makes a good point. At the end of the day, it's just a fucking chair. Yes, it symbolises something, I guess, but maybe you're making too much of it. Maybe everybody's making too much of a point of it, making it a big deal. Why would she tell you? Why would she tell you her techniques? We've only ever seen him use the staff so far, haven't we? The weird axe. Yeah, it's Engine. I was messing up his name big time last week. Apologies. Yeah, Engine's here. Jeez. All of the spirit has left this man's body. That reminds me of Silent Hill. There was a hole here. Gone now. A bit edgy. I guess that's the embodiment of how he sees himself right now. I guess that makes sense why it become his vital instrument. No, I don't know how you could call that a weapon. It is just a stick. I mean, anything can be a weapon in the right hands, but like compared to the other weapons, I don't know. Classic. I don't know. I wouldn't say unremarkable. Again, classic for a reason. Effective. So I think her name's Rio. She's already with Engine. I think that's her. So she was like the first of his like partners, we'll say. Again, would you call her a natural talent? I guess so. But that girl really strikes me as someone that's probably had to work very hard to be where skilled as she is. But I think that's just a case of he's using the same excuses all the people he looked down upon used. That is the thing. You got that's one of the biggest things with stuff like this in like chess or sports. You got to figure out your weaknesses because you best believe everybody else is going to try and figure out your weaknesses. So I love if he just crawled out like Ringu. Like is it Samara in the Japanese one? I forget. Yeah, I think it's Samara, right? And is it Samara in both the English and Japanese version? I can't remember. Yeah, crawling out like Samara. Okay, that's pretty nice bit of backstory. That I like that. Again, really surprising that there's a place like that. Kind of hope we revisit that. So yeah, the thing I mentioned earlier was, I guess we're not exactly gonna bring it up, but he still had that protection thing put on him. Um, Everybody else used theirs up, I believe, in the incident with Ammo and getting knotted. When they all died, they all got kind of brought back, didn't they? He didn't. What the fuck, bro? Guy's high as fuck. Yeah, he didn't actually He didn't actually have to use his Oh my god. Gave him some MDMA. What you putting in? Oh, so it's more of a, like mushrooms or something. Never done that myself. I've done what are they called? Truffles in Amsterdam, but he ain't done just yet. The rage. They play druggos right here. Jesus Christ. Okay. the Joker toxin or something, doesn't it? Is it gonna end the episode there? Oh, okay, we still got a minute. Okay, just like gonna end the episode with these guys just absolutely losing their shit. Mr. Gokiburi. You guys know I keep saying this, but I really like her design. I think it's really cool. What are those floating things? An egg? Oh, the hands. What the hell? These people that have like tried to. Oh, what the hell is this? What are we looking at here? Look at his face when it's getting dragged away. Those eyes are crazy. I've never done this drug, but it kind of reminds me of when me and my friends went to that festival and they were doing ketamine, I think it was. It kind of reminds me of when I looked at their faces. Like they'd be like, it'd be so intense. You look at them and they'd just like they'd be looking like absolutely crazy. And it kind of reminds me of that. I've got some photos, but I won't share. But yeah, it's that kind of intensity. Like Jesus Christ, they've done a pretty good job at displaying that here. To be honest with you, I mean, it is like you might think they're going a bit overboard, but honestly, they're not. Trust me. But yeah, good episode today. Really good episode. Love that bit backstory there. Again, I hope we can visit that place that we saw there. I imagine we will maybe later down the line. Maybe we might revisit that character as well that Zanka kind of lost out to. But yeah, great stuff there. Really enjoyed that. I wasn't expecting it to be like a full recap backstory episode either. But yeah, again, I'm not really sure what the hell we were looking at there. Maybe that's like the formation of a trash beast or something. I'm not sure why there's hands in there. Maybe there are people that have been offered up. Maybe there are people that have tried to kill it and failed. I don't really know. I will just have another look at it quickly though before we do finish off for today. Yeah, what is going on here? So it's a kind of weird egg thing. I'm not really sure what like the deal with this is because it looks like some kind of like trees or something kind of putting something into it, but it's also like there's something like wrapped around it. Like yeah, I've got no idea what's going on. And these hands, I think they've been placed here. They're kind of weirdly kind of merging with it. I think, judging from like the veiny tentacle stuff coming off it, but I think these hands were already dead before they were put on here because they've got like they've got nails attaching them to the weapons. Maybe that's how they imbue these trash beasts with like life. Maybe it's like the metals and the weapons of people that people have used, but also the people themselves to give it that kind of sense of self and to give it that kind of consciousness. This is like the hands of the consciousness. The metal is like the weapon. I don't really know. Clutching at straws here, absolutely. But yeah, I think again these people didn't try and attack this thing. They're just hands that the grifters would call them. The trash beast grifters. They nailed their hands on these and then put them here specifically. I wonder why that is. But yeah, I've got fucking no idea. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode though in the comments. Again, fantastic bit of backstory here. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 18.